the objective of this was to create opportunities for cycling for students at Ngāiwi School. And the way of achieving this was really, the idea behind it, this is an Auckland Transport driven project, I've got to say, was to get Paul's model, the Bikes in Schools model, and apply it to Ngāiwi School and say, is this a good idea, is this a good fit? And so that was really the main approach used for it. And so that was about building a track at the school, building 3 tracks actually, building this 280 metre track, where kids can use it. It was about building a pump track, it was about building a skills track, and it was about providing a bunch of bikes as well. So 30 bikes were provided. Should have been 60, but funding allowed 30. And I guess a bit of a twist on this compared with Paul's work is that there was a lot of training provided as well. So level 1 training was provided for the students, there was a lot of training provided for the teachers and the parents in terms of supporting the kids as well. And I understand that Counties Manukau Sports is continuing with this on an ongoing basis. So I guess that was the main sort of model that we've used for it. A lot of people put a lot of time and effort, and donated a lot of stuff to the to the project. I think the delivery of the project cost in the order of $70,000 all up, including building the tracks and providing the bikes and everything. And really most of that came from donations, apart from the project manager time that was provided by Auckland Transport. So yeah, I mean that was really the implementation of the project itself, and I guess there was just a few things about the implementation that came out of it. One was that perhaps at the end of it the track wasn't quite as wide as it should have been. I think you can see the sort of general width there, but I think in general it was decided that it should have been a bit wider to make it a bit more usable. And on the back of some of the build of the project, the really good thing that's come out of it is actually a document that Rebecca from Auckland Transport and Paul put together about things you need to know if you're going to do a Bikes in Schools project at a school. And I think that document will be really useful for people going forwards. Eventually, using this project, aim for more cycling in the Mangere region community, in general. So the ultimate objective of the project is actually to go outside of the school and hope that that helps to cause more cycling in Mangere. But for this sort of process and immediate outcomes evaluation that we did, we used focus groups. We had focus groups with parents, with students, and with teachers separately. So we had a process, quite a structured process, for just going through the process of how it was implemented and what they've got out of it. We used an activity diary. Rebecca Hayden kept an activity diary about all the successes and issues and things like that. I went to the opening and we did a bunch of interviews as well. And so by and large, I think we found that firstly baseline cycling is really, really low in Mangere. It's very, very low, so it's not going to be hard to increase cycling in Mangere. It was really effectively implemented, the project. I think that's a really big tick. It's a really effective implementation that's happened there. All the things are well used 6 months on, the track, the bikes, there's still training happening. I called the school and it's still very well used. So within the scope of the project, it's been very, very successful. But I think the real crucial thing, I think it's been a really good project looking into the future, and you probably can't read any of this, but basically what we're saying, here's the Ngāiwi School Cycling Project. It's been a great little spark for the area, I suppose. But remember, we've got this long-term sort of want for more people cycling in Mangere in general. I believe there need to be a bunch of enablers that need to be put in place to get to that, to turn that spark into a fire, if you like, and that includes access to bikes. It's a huge issue in a socio-economic environment of Mangere. It's about the infrastructure that Alex has talked about. This would be a perfect place for an area-wide, some sort of infrastructure project. It's about cycle training, that next step, taking them on the road, and it's about providing sport participation opportunities, because suddenly these students have realised that this could be a sport option.